All right, so for you to change your community, change the people that you grew up with, just change their mindset. I would say not change them, not just change them. Don't you know what I mean? Just to change their mindset to get them to see the better out of life. You got to change yourself. So that's something that I wanted to motivate. You know what I mean? Just not only just the people around me, but the people that was going through some of the same situations that I was going through. That's why I talked about NoFap and all this different shit on my YouTube channel. So I had to really put in the work to just being successful. And you trying to be successful in life, and you not only you just trying to be successful in life, but you just trying to just change your mindset. Than everybody around you. This is not in everybody to just change their mindset and go a different route when everybody is doing the same thing. You like, man, fuck this shit. I don't want to do this. Like, since I was younger, I always had this funny feeling like I didn't belong. I don't know how to explain it though. Not like I didn't want to be on the earth, but in the context of, I just didn't belong with those group. I don't know. Like, I didn't know the group of people that I was really supposed to be around, but I just knew I'm like, man, I'm not supposed to be here. Like, I don't fit in. Like, I feel just doing the regular shit, going clubbing and all. Like, I feel like I'm just not supposed to be. I don't know, and I had to get focused. When I start focusing on my money, when I start focusing on success, when I start focusing on what I wanted to accomplish, it could look weird to some people. When I'm as a young man, I could say this, as a young man, when I started working heavy at probably like 17, I started working at this little club, and it's a lot of girls that's they in lingerie and all this shit. But mind you, this is my early stages of NoFap, so I'm very focused. And it was this one particular girl, she had like an STD or something like that. I'll end up finding that later. So everybody business get tossed around when you working in, I think when I was working in this club, so this girl messing with this person, and not on no fighting shit, but you just know everybody around, everybody know your business. But it got to a point where you got to get in that place where you so focused on your grind that people think you crazy. Because when people think you crazy and you so focused and you so locked in, like nothing could throw, like a woman could not throw me off. It was like a couple women that threw themselves at me, but I wasn't really, I wasn't present. I didn't really want them. I was kind of, and obviously at that time I would say I was a little bit nervous. I had a little bit of the jitters, but mainly I was trying to get this money. Like, man, I gotta make some of myself. Like, I gotta come back from the losses. I gotta come back from all the people. Just I gotta gain something from all this pain that just the losses in life that I experienced. Probably like losing my mom, losing my aunt, and I'm just giving y'all just a list. Like, just certain shit. And then people lose. Everybody loses. Everybody's gonna lose somebody. But for you to really separate yourself from everybody else, you got to change your mindset, and it's got to be different than everybody else. When you want to succeed in life, you can't just think like everybody else. You got to think what's one thing that you could think differently. What's another way? What's something that you could do every day that's uncomfortable, that that's gonna set you up for success in the long run. Being consistent in your workouts and stuff like that. Being consistent in reading certain books. Getting, sometimes I think, and I will catch myself playing the game too much. I got to read a little bit more on certain topics and stuff like that I really want to speak about, and just for me to learn certain different stuff. The rich people that own a lot of companies and all this stuff, they don't do what everybody else do. They don't do what the normal person does. I hear they have routines. They don't go out and club and all this shit. The people that own these clubs that's making hundreds of $1,000s, that's probably making over $1 million a year on these clubs, and they got drinks and they got DJs and all this shit. They not just going out just partying every weekend. They create, they mindset is different, and that's just something for y'all to think about. Because if you try to be like everybody else, then you're gonna get everybody else's results, and that's probably like average money and all this different shit. But if you're trying to create your own wave of success, then you got to separate yourself. And sometimes the people around you ain't gonna be the ones that be able to, really show you the way. So you got to get around different people and ask questions. It's nothing wrong with asking questions to better your life, and just asking somebody for some advice, or asking somebody, hey, how did you do this and all this stuff, And a lot of people, I wouldn't say a lot of people, but it's gonna be some people that just don't want you to, like I said in the last, it's some people that just don't want you to succeed in life, so they won't give you no, they won't give you no game. But you want to be around somebody that's just positive, that's level-headed, that really want to give you the game. You know, that's not just gonna hand you money, but that's gonna teach you how to. This is how you do this. This is how you build this, and you know, because you don't want to. You don't. If somebody just giving you money and you just buying dumb shit, you might be buying jewelry and stuff like that. But if you know, it's a different thing when they teach you how to do it. They teach you how to be successful in life, how to create this business or whatever, and then they give you money. But if they just giving you money out of just, you know, you don't have the knowledge to be successful, you know, with whatever business or whatever you're trying to do in life, you know, that you're trying to make a career out of and be, you know, make money like in the long run. You gotta have, I think you gotta have those people around you that can really teach you something. Because and then you're gonna have some people, when you trying to do something different, you get made fun of for doing something different until the shit start working. Then y'all probably, I done seen a couple people, so that's the only reason I'm saying that. I done seen a couple people like they might laugh at them. They told stories like how they wanted to do something different in their career wise, and people start laughing at them. That's like, I think I'm starting to realize now that's a part of the process. When you do something different, everybody look at you like you crazy, even your family members and shit like that. But you know, like, and I'm gonna say this like E.T. said, and he was a speaker, and he said, "Mom, you can't teach me how to be a millionaire because you're not one." So, you know, that's something for y'all to think about. Some of y'all parents work regular 9-to-5 jobs. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong, but they can't teach you how to really get rich because they never touched that level of money. They just been working. They clock in, they clock out. They not coming up with ideas and shit like that. Some of y'all got ideas that can probably change the world. Y'all got technological ideas, but you know, y'all just feel like the people, y'all might have people around y'all that's shooting your dream down, and you know those, you want to get away from those people that's kind of shooting your dream down. Get away from those people so you can really focus on, put yourself around some people that can really put you on the map and get you, that can push you forward in life and pushing, you know, just kind of helping your ideas come to light in any way, shape, or form, especially if you got a plan for it. Because sometimes I think it's some people in the hood, and especially in the black community, they have good ideas. They have good ideas to start something, to start a business, or, you know, to come up with some type of invention or something like that all across the world. But the people around them is telling them to do something else, completely, totally different. But when you go, when you in school and stuff like that, they was like, "Oh, what is your dream? What is your dream?" and all this and that. You know, me personally, I never had no teacher shoot my dream down. If I said I wanted to go, when I said I wanted to go to pro NFL, nobody, like, you know what I mean, they didn't shoot my dreams down. But you hear other people, even like, you know, to the schools, they can kind of shoot your dream down. So you want to separate yourself from those friends and stuff like that, because I think that your friends sometimes can be, they won't be as supportive, and you need to, like, bro, you need to get away from those people, because they only being a distraction. And it can cause you questioning yourself on, like, man, will I even make this? Like, will I be able to, you know, not be able to just invent something, but just be able to create something. Not invention of like technology or something. Like, I'm just saying in general, for you to create something and somebody around you just laughing at you, or they not taking you serious, or they're like, man, that shit ain't gonna happen. Like, or, you know what I mean? But y'all get the gist of what I'm saying. I'm out.